What's up, y'all? It's your boy KSK Sports here, and the title of this one is Youth Movement. What do I mean by youth movement? Before I get into what I mean by that, if you have not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment away. Share this video as well. Hype the video up as well. Let's get that subscriber count up to 700 by the end of this month. That'd be great and fantastic. But youth movement. With the trade of Myles Garrett to the LA Rams, and in return you get a 25-year-old talent, two-time Pro Bowler, Defensive Rookie of the Year in 2024, Jared Verse. The Browns, to me, are signaling that they are in full youth movement mode. That does not entail a quarterback QB1 in Deshaun Watson at all, in my opinion. That would be contradictory to your youth movement if you're starting a 30-year-old quarterback. It would not surprise me if they traded away Denzel Ward to get some more draft capital. And this is a full rebuild on the fly. So I understand people talking about, the Browns aren't going to be good this year. They're tanking for 2027. Yeah, you're going to get that type of chatter. I don't really see it as that. Because if you go with Shedeur Sanders, his NFL career is on the line this season. I told you guys, it's a make or break year for Shedeur. Some of y'all didn't want to hear that. Y'all didn't want to hear me talk about gloom and doom when it talks about Shedeur Sanders. But the business aspect of the NFL, and I hate to say this, Shedeur is the 5th round pick. He shouldn't have been the 5th round pick. But because he's a 5th round pick, he has to show this season that he is what he's saying that he is. He has to prove that he is what the Cleveland Browns have been looking for. And it will get dangerous if you give me an off season. All of those things that he said has to come to fruition this year. And I think trading Myles Garrett away just paved the way for Shedeur to get that audition this year that he wasn't able to get to last year because of Kevin Stefanski and him choosing Dillon Gabriel over Shedeur last season. That doesn't seem to be the case this year. It's clear to me that Shedeur Sanders has a huge leg up on Dillon Gabriel, and it's between Deshaun Watson and it's between Shedeur Sanders to be the QB1. And Todd Monken has not made a decision yet. Todd Monken said he's going to make a decision about the depth chart by the end of mandatory minicamp, which will be next week from June 9th to the 11th. So I think the Myles Garrett trade is just signaling to me that you should go with Shedeur Sanders as your QB1. It doesn't make any sense to me if you have this youth movement. The Browns were the youngest team last year. They're going to be, I believe, the youngest team this year, trading away Myles Garrett and getting Jared Verse in return, 25-year-old. On a rookie deal. So they're getting him, if he balls out, I mean, they're probably going to have to give him a big old contract, but we'll cross that bridge whenever Jared Verse has an awesome season, because I do believe Jared Verse is going to have an awesome season this year. But getting back to the quarterbacks, youth movement. The Browns have told you without telling you, all right? Todd Monken say he likes the talent in the quarterback room, all right? And that doesn't necessarily mean that he likes Deshaun being the starter. I would rather have Deshaun be my emergency quarterback and have Shedeur as my QB1 and Dillon Gabriel as my backup. That's just me. Because you aren't going to re-up on Deshaun Watson past this season. And like I said, you have this youth movement thing going on with the Cleveland Browns. So Deshaun Watson being a part of the Cleveland Browns past this season doesn't make any sense. I don't even know why media is trying to put out a scenario and a hypothetical where if Deshaun plays well, that the Cleveland Browns would entertain bringing him back. Why are y'all even putting that out there? That is zero chance of that happening. The Cleveland Browns aren't going to double down on dumb. Plus, they already have Deshaun on the books for 27 and 28. What sense does it make for you to double dip and pay him on top of what you already owe him this year and 27 and 28. This how I can tell national media and Cleveland media, they just be throwing out scenarios that don't make any sense. Why would you pay him twice? You already paid him because you kicked the restructure down the road so many years. You're paying him in 27 and paying him in 28. Why would you? I don't even care if it's $2 or $3 million that you're gonna pay him. I'm not paying him a red cent because you still owe him. He's getting that whole $230 million. It just is what it is. You just have to deal with him this year, and yeah, he's not going to be on the team next year. It's zero chance. There's a better chance of a snowball. There's a better chance of a snowball in hell surviving than Deshaun being on this team in 2027. Just saying, man. Just saying. But the youth movement, it's all about Shedeur. You don't have Myles Garrett in the building anymore. This is Shedeur's team. And Shedeur, he got a lot of locker room last year. Okay? Myles Garrett was definitely a leader in that locker room last year, and I believe he talked to Shedeur. I'm just saying, I don't know if this happened, but I'm theorizing, throwing this out there. I believe Myles Garrett talked to Shedeur Sanders, and you know, he took him under his wing a little bit. You can't tell me any different. I mean, Myles Garrett, he likes Shedeur. I can just tell by the Vegas game where Shedeur threw the ball to Isaiah Bond. And, you know, Myles Garrett, that's a real reaction right there. It's not anything sugarcoated about that reaction. I mean, he was like, I didn't know anybody could throw the ball that far this year because nobody had thrown the ball that far this year. Not Joe Flacco, not Dylan Gabriel, not Kenny Pickett, and before he got traded at the beginning of the before the preseason last year. Yeah, it's like Myles Garrett, that was genuine joy and happiness. Like oh, we got something for a little bit for the end of this season. And I think that energized Myles Garrett to get that sack record. Like, oh, all right, I'm going to get this sack record. And I'm going to turn this team over to Shedeur because I'm about to be up out of here. This is my swan song. What a swan song by Myles Garrett. 23 sacks. I mean, there's nothing more he could have done with the Cleveland Browns, if we're going to be frank. The Cleveland Browns are not winning the Super Bowl within the next few seasons. It's just not going to happen. I love my Cleveland Browns, but we are not in the position right now to win a Super Bowl. Can we, in 3 or 4 years, going into the Dome era? Yeah, if Shedeur is a guy and they continue to build around Shedeur, if he is a guy, sure, the Cleveland Browns are building the pieces and blocks so that they can be a Super Bowl perennial playoff type of team, perennial AFC North contender type of team. They are definitely building the foundation blocks towards that. But are they there yet? Of course not. Come on, man. Come on, man. We ain't there yet, but we working towards that. And I'm fascinated to see the process when it comes to this youth movement and Shedeur in particular, because his nickname is grown. And I think when Shedeur is named QB1 eventually, I think the team is going to take off because they're going to be like, hey, man, Shedeur is the unquestioned QB1 of this team. Shedeur is the unquestioned leader of this team. Once that takes place, I don't know when it's going to take place, but at some point, Shedeur is going to be named the QB1. He's going to be the leader of this team, and this team is going to take off because Shedeur just has this magnetic energy and charisma about him that the Browns are going to take off, and they're going to exceed expectations because nobody thinks the Cleveland Browns are going to be good this year. I do. I think they're going to be good. I think they could be 7, 8, 9 wins. I think their basement is 7 and 10. If they're 7 and 10, I'm going to be disappointed. Some people are saying they're going to be like 4 and 13, 5 and 12. I don't see that. I think this Browns team has too much talent on it. I thought they had talent last year, and I think it was just coaching that lost them like 4 games. The Browns should have been 8 and 9, 9 and 8 last season amidst the terrible coaching and just bad situational football and just questionable, questionable decisions from Kevin Stefanski just from a schematic standpoint always taking Shedeur out when, you know, it's first and goal. If we're going to be honest, Shedeur's touchdown total should have been higher. Kevin Stefanski, on every opportunity the Browns got inside the 5-yard line, he took Shedeur Sanders out the game. All of Shedeur Sanders throwing touchdowns are from like 10 yards and out. Crazy to even think about that. I'll land a plane. I'll end the video right there. Youth movement. It's a real youth movement with my Cleveland Browns. And I'm all here for it. I'm all here for Shedeur to take that next step and for Shedeur to be the guy that leads this Cleveland Browns team in 2026. Not Deshaun Watson, because that don't make any sense. All right, KSK Sports rolling out. Peace.